Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone Podcast, where we discuss all things crypto markets. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to discuss World Liberty Financial freezing out Justin Sun after he sent tokens to exchanges. We're going to talk about Hyperliquid Stablecoin announcement this morning and a major NFT collection acquisition by NFT whale Adam Weitzman. GM, welcome to the show today. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for being here. If you're listening on Spaces, give us a like, give us a comment. Let us know what you want to talk about. Give us a bookmark. Give us a retweet if you're feeling generous. If you're in the YouTube comments, drop us some comments. Let's chat today. I'm joined today by Kicks. Kicks, how you feeling? TGIF, market's up.
Happy Friday, man. Dude, September is, as we thought, a little bit slow, a little bit choppy. But I'll tell you what, man, every time I look at the Hyperliquid chart, I want more. It's hypersexual. And also shout out Pio Vinteno with that open thing, dude. Open is opening over $6.
I've got a bone to pick with that. I didn't buy because he told me not to buy. He said, don't buy it. I said, okay, I'm not going to buy it.
You got to watch out for him because he doesn't like certain people buying things. He may not even really love that I own it. He prefers only long-term believers to be holding it. But regardless, I hold some and I'm quite happy. Honestly, saved my E-Trade account from just some stupid options hedging that I did in April. Yeah, now the account's looking great. Shout out Pio, also known as Killa P in my chat. In my phone. That's why every time I try to text him, I type in PO and it's not in there. I'm like, oh wait, I nicknamed him Killa P. I'm like, dude, how about that open? But yeah, doing good, man.
How you feeling today, Easy?
Good.
When are you gonna get back in your office?
Dude, I have no fucking idea. I actually need to text my landlord right now. I have no clue. Literally zero idea.
We've got another giveaway from Yeet today. We're gonna be giving away $1,500. We're gonna do a bunch of these giveaways today. We're gonna do we're gonna try to spread the love. We're gonna do 5 $200 giveaways, and we're gonna do a $500 giveaway. The way we're doing this is we have the monthly leaderboards up, and we're gonna do this giveaway in a way that's gonna make it super good odds for people who have used Yeet regularly. So essentially, when you use Yeet, you gain different tiers. You start off as like a little egg, and then eventually you can get bronze, silver, like platinum, diamond. And for this giveaway, we are going to reward people who are bronze and above. So there's only 11 eligible people. We're going to be doing 6 giveaways today. So that's about over a 50-50 chance to win 5 $200 giveaways. We're going to rapid fire through these really quickly. And then we're going to do a $500 giveaway at the end. So we're going to give away a ton of money to different people today. Let's rapid fire some of these giveaways away right now. I'm going to start spinning this wheel. Once you win, you'll be taken off. So we're going to do 5 $200 winners. First $200 winner coming out right now is Ramali. Ramali, congratulations. We're going to do another one. We've got frequent winner B. Dussy winning number 2. $200 going over to B. Dussy. We'll do a third one here. Then we'll save a couple more for after the weather report. Little spin here, giving away money. Bo Puppo, $200 coming to Bo Puppo as well. Love to see it. We'll do a couple more of these. We'll do the weather report first. We'll get back into it. We love Yeet. We're going to do that $500 at the end of the show today. Kicks, you ready to rock with this weather report? Take it away.
Yeah, man. I got that. No problem. Anything for you, Coach.
Thanks.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's Friday, September 5th. The majors are up on the day with Bitcoin approaching 113K, Ethereum over 4,400, and Solana at 207. Hype just under $47. Over the past 24 hours, World Liberty Financial blacklisted Justin Sun's wallet, holding over $550 million of WILIFY tokens after he transferred tokens to exchanges. Justin Sun lashed out in response, calling out World Liberty Financial for violating crypto tenets of transparency, fairness, and trust. Justin Sun responds. else. Next up, Hyperliquid announced the launch of the USDH stablecoin ticker this morning. They're looking for teams to apply to steward the stablecoin in a way that will be Hyperliquid first, Hyperliquid aligned, and US dollar compliant. Finally, NFT whale Adam Weissman and Gabe 8-Bit acquired the rights to the heavy metal collection from Faraway. The duo plans to bring in top artists, developers, and engineers to build a lasting legacy. The heavy metal floor is up to 0.06 on the news. That is it for the weather report. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always, Kicks. A little NFT collection acquisition. We're gonna feel like we're seeing a lot of this. All these ex-Yuga collections being just kind of thrown around. I think this one's been acquired twice now. It went from Yuga to Faraway, now Faraway to Adam Weitzman.
There you go.
Any interest here, Easy?
Not really.
NFT collection? No,
Not really. I'm like, I'm not.
Why would people like buy existing IP like this versus just launching their own collection is my question. Like, does that make sense to you? Like, if you were someone who wanted to get into like NFTs, would you like take over an existing collection? Why not mint your own?
Yeah, that's the thing I'm not too sure about. You know, you're asking the wrong guy.
Unless you got the collection literally for free.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they paid me to do something with it.
Yeah. Even then, you know, all you're gonna get out of this is them secondary sales. I guess you could launch a token.
Ooh, that's an idea.
But I'm pretty sure Adam Weissman probably already owns like half the collection at this point. So
yeah,
it's probably aligned with his bags to buy this one.
That makes sense. Yeah, if you can do anything to pump it and you own the bag, but then what? Like, you can't sell it though. Like, I mean, he's not going to dump his heavy metals, right?
That would be so
like,
funny.
You can't just take over a collection and sell everything.
Yeah, no, that's why he'll probably do a token airdrop.
Yeah, there you go.
The bag.
Yeah, into these bids, dude. Just Justin Sun's the chart. Dude.
Oh my gosh, let's go into this. So apparently, like someone snooped out a wallet from Justin Sun that sent like a couple $1 million to Binance, and then it got like dispersed. Justin Sun said, our address only conducted a few generic exchange deposit tests with very low amounts, and then created address dispersion without involving any buying or selling, which could not possibly have any impact on the market. And World Liberty Financial said, nope, you can't send any tokens to exchanges. We're going to blacklist your wallet. It holds 540 million unlocked tokens, 2.4 billion locked tokens. So you're looking at 2.9 billion tokens at just under 20 cents. You're looking like $570 million worth frozen.
Yeah, but
here.
Like here's the thing. Go back to his tweet, Justin Sun's, and you can see how he tells the truth, but is lying through omission, potentially, allegedly lying through omission. Our address only conducted a few generic exchange deposits. He's talking about his address. And the allegation is that he didn't sell anything from his address. He loaned, he took other people's tokens out on loan with his tokens on his address as collateral, and then sold all of the users' tokens. Right? So they're saying, yeah, so they're saying, fuck you, we're going to lock your tokens now. Because you technically sold your tokens. He's like, I didn't sell my tokens. I just exchanged my tokens on paper with other people's tokens and then sold the other people's tokens. And it's like, okay, nice wordsmithing there, allegedly.
This isn't a good look for either one, really. I mean, maybe who's in the wrong here?
I'd say it's like, you know, it's like two idiots in a fight. You know, you're really not rooting for either one, and you're really not surprised either of them are in a fight. Allegedly. I mean, dude, here's the thing. You don't become a billionaire in crypto like Justin Sun without knowing how to do things. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to do little magic making things. And also locking tokens is sketchy and not bullish for a project, because everybody else is then going to think, well, what's stopping them from locking more tokens? So I think it's a lose-lose.
Yeah, I think it's even worse on World Liberty because like they were like jumping into this crypto and they were trying to take like the high moral ground, like, hey, the banks locked us out and blocked us from traditional finance. We're going to something that's free and decentralized and fair. And like the first big move they do is block someone and freeze their funds. Not only like not allow them to use the platform, but freeze their funds, which is like going even a level further. So I think
because like. Yeah, I mean, because like this stuff even happens in equities and stuff like that. I mean, what you would like normally do is probably put the fund or whoever on blast and make other people think twice about working with them again, right? But this would be like the equivalent of an investor that had a bunch of shares in an IPO and then the stock IPOs, right? And they, sell all of their or they like put a massive short on the company, right? Or something like that after IPO, right? So it's like, hey, you invested in us, but you're also, trying to nuke us or get the heck out. But this stuff happens all the time. But, you have to like write these things into contracts, right? Like if you had
a vesting period where like he can't get the token to just market dump them, that's going to affect the price. But
yeah, or you have to write in the contract, hey, not only can you not sell your tokens while they're vested, you cannot loan your tokens out to other people so that you can then or trade your tokens to other people to get liquid tokens to sell your tokens. Like, this is where lawyers that sit around and think of every single edge case can be beneficial. But yeah, if someone didn't break the contract and you lock their tokens, not a great look, right? So
yeah, not great overall. I don't think anyone comes out of this looking good. I mean, Tron they've been like coming into the good graces of the US like regularly. I think they didn't they like SPAC over essentially. So I wonder how that's going to affect like this move by Justin. Some of these tokens is going to affect like their like standing in the US and like regulatory like go ahead. So I guess we'll see what happens there as well. Be interesting to watch. The next big story we talked about was the Hyperliquid stablecoin. This was weird. I first read this and I was like, oh, Hyperliquid's releasing a stablecoin, but like that's not what's happening. They're just reserving the USDH ticker. And what they're doing is they're going to have teams interested in being considered for the ticker can submit a proposal that should include the user address, which would deploy the USDH ticker, blah, blah, blah. So like they're having somebody else like run this ticker. They want a Hyperliquid stablecoin, but they don't want to run it themselves.
I think that makes sense, right? Like you don't want to be like centralized in like running everything. You'd rather have other teams run other components, right? Like they used to be the primary market maker in Hyperliquid. Now they're a much lower percentage of overall market making. But yeah, I think this is overall very bullish, right? Because if you have a native stablecoin ticker on your chain, then people can just mint into your chain, right? Like they don't have to do all of these hops and go to Arbitrum and put it on a bridge and be locked in a bridge. And now like Hyperliquid essentially has like risk to Arbitrum and itself, right? Versus just being like, hey, we have our money isn't all locked in bridges. Now like people can natively mint value to our chain. So I mean, I definitely think this is pretty bullish to very bullish. Not surprised. Chart looks great. I want to own more.
I'm confused here. Like it doesn't specify, but I'm assuming it's on Hyper EVM.
Yeah. I mean, it's either on Hyper EVM or it's like on their L1, right?
On core, like core, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm really not sure which direction makes more sense. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually on Hypercore, like on the actual L1, because that would allow way faster transaction speeds around the stablecoin.
So the question is, do we break out of this quadruple top that we're setting
Yeah, I mean,
up for here.
yeah, who knows how long it'll chop for? The longer that it, look at that chart. Yeah, I mean, the longer it looks like that, yeah, the better. It's making it's like testing highs, getting sold off, but then making higher lows every single time. So it looks like a wedge. I think Nick the TA guy would say actually that's not a good wedge. That's an ascending wedge. But I don't know. I'm very bullish on the price action. I think it's just someone's distributing or someone's accumulating or someone's market making here, but eventually kind of the bottle pops off, the champagne shoots everywhere, and it goes to $60 very quickly.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, we've been shopping since the week of July 7th. So
summertime chop.
2 months of chop here on Hyperliquid.
Oh, summertime chop.
I think we're gonna break out. That's just my thought process. I'm currently long Hyperliquid and hold a bunch of spot Hyperliquid on EVM. So I'm very bullish on Hyperliquid. Some cool stuff here. We've got the prediction market crew on. We had the opening game of the NFL last night. Kalshi broke its all-time high for most traded on a football game, $27 million last night on Cowboys and Eagles kicking off the NFL season. They did more volume on the first game than the Super Bowl earlier this year. So they're heating up in the prediction market space on the sports side. We saw a ton of activity over the weekend on college football. Looks like NFL is going to be no different. This has to make you bullish prediction markets, bullish Kalshi. Easy kicks. Have you guys looked into any new prediction market plays? Is there anything that's interesting out there that you think you have an edge on right now?
I like 3 Fed rate cuts 2025.
3 Fed rate cuts. So that's got to be a dog, right?
No, it's tied right now for 2 and 3. I think 2's out the window. Like, I think I would hammer the no on 2, to be honest.
So you think it's 1 or 3?
No, I think it's 3 or 4.
Really?
Yeah, you have to be particular about understanding the rules here because it's not quantity of rate cuts, it's the total
number.
bips in rate cuts.
Yeah.
So if they did 150, yeah, they did 150, 125, it'd be 75. They did 150, 225, it'd be 100. If they did 325s, it'd be 75.
But like, I think a lot of people don't look at FedWatch, which is literally like the federal government's way of tracking this, which in my opinion is like the more accurate way to like try to track down what's going. There's now a 100% chance we have a cut in September. They're pricing in 100% chance. The question is if it's 1 and now or 2. 2 is for the first time we've seen it based on the jobs data today. 2 is now on the table and at 12%, which is a shocking run up. But there's not a ton of like major macro stuff that's coming in. You have 12 days before the meeting. So I still lean really heavy on 1 personally. October's where it gets interesting. They're pricing another cut in October at 70%, a 20% chance of it staying the same, and a 9.3% chance of a 50 bips cut in October. You just had comments made today from Adam Christofouli. I'm not exactly sure who this individual is, but Walter Bloomberg likes the guy, so I have to look into him. But he came out, and I guess he comments a lot on the Fed data, said that the weak labor market supports Fed's easing. If it wasn't for tariffs, they would most likely cut 50 bips in September and 25 at the next 2, which puts us at 4. But he says that people should expect 3 25 bip cuts for the year. So I lean 3 or 4. I think taking the no on 2 is honestly probably the best trade for that market, just purely because it's still fairly high. Like you'd make a almost 50% gain on that if it closes over 2. And you could theoretically be at 2 if we got a surprise 50 bips cut in September and then 1 in October or December. So your odds skyrocket. But I do lean very heavy on 3.
Yeah, and I remember doing some research on 50 bips at one point in time, and I think that generally they do 50 bips like during crises.
They almost never do it unless it's an emergency cut.
Yeah, exactly. So if it's
They'd
like
rather
a great
slow trickle them out at 25 consecutively over time and do it for longer than do a surprise cut, which is why, like your comments this morning, I should have reworded my post better about the September percentage stuff. But I do think that 25 bips is still underpriced. Even like I think 25 for September is a guarantee.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
All right, let's break down what happened today because we saw a huge drop off, and this has to be with the non-farms payroll data, right? That came in this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what really spiked the rate cut odds. Looking here, we have August non-farm payrolls come up at plus 22K. The consensus was plus 75K. So less jobs from non-farms for the payroll side of things. Missed estimates. So job growth is weak, essentially, weaker than expected.
The other thing, though, Ray, with that you have to acknowledge is on top of that, there was month over month income was still 3%, which is the thing that I'm more interested in. The average hourly earnings, 3.7 estimated. So that was right in line. That's staying flat, in my opinion. Like largely, it's where the estimate were. If you don't get a beat on that, where money's increasing despite rates going down, that's not good for the economy. Because cost of goods are going to increase and spending power decreases. So that's like the bigger data point that I'm watching is that average hourly earnings.
Yeah, I mean, it feels weird to be in a situation where you're cheering for earnings to go down and jobs to disappear for our bags, but like that's kind of what's happening here.
Yeah, and it's on, but honestly, it's rooting for a rate cut is rooting for jobs growth, right? Because you're saying, hey, the job market's great. Yeah, we need jobs to be created. The reality of the matter is the job market has been weak for quite some time. It's kind of fugazi that people have thought that the job market has been strong. You know, once the COVID kind of pop slowed down, you know, some sectors have been okay, but you know, ask anyone in tech in the past 2 years if the job market has been good or bad, and it's been like brutally bad for 2 years now. And tech is like America in terms of our growth from a GDP perspective. It's been really bad for 2 years. So, I mean, the Fed is late as per usual. They were late to raise rates in 2021. They're late now to cut rates to, you know, fuel the economy and job growth. So,
yep,
here we are.
Too late, pal. Speaking of job decline, I'm assuming Pio jumped on the show this morning to give his 2 weeks and his farewell after retiring in the sunset off his open position, which seems to be mooning. How you doing today, Pio? How you feeling?
It's just another day at the office, dude. This is my life, you know?
Is it time to buy open yet?
Do you know what it definitively is time to buy? And like everyone's gonna, I mean, like I'm just gonna fucking say it. And so put it on wax as usual. The way I came on the show, put open on wax. Dude, it's time to buy Metaplanet and MicroStrategy. What do you think? It's at 1.5 MNAV. Metaplanet, it's like, dude, if you're not buying that one, like, and you listen to this show, I'm just confused. I get if you see the MicroStrategy price tag and you're like, that's too high. But Metaplanet, the thing's $5, dude. It's $5. My boy Mike Alfred started tweeting about Metaplanet again the other day. I was like, okay, all right. Oh, well, dude, there's just like these things. It's like, if I don't do this, I'm an idiot. And one of my rules is like, if Mike Alfred flips bullish on a Bitcoin treasury company, if I don't buy it again, I'm an idiot. Open Door, you talking about you know, just the future of real estate, residential real estate trade. Yeah, that one's going pretty well. Seems like $10 is a magnet, and then $10 is the new floor, and then seems like $20 is the next target, and then seems like we're on our way to the $82 price tag that people think is going to happen.
Rate cut's quite bullish for open.
Dog, I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Eric Jackson and Keith Raboy. I mean, they are going to be written about in all sorts of like financial, you know, just all sorts of articles. Like ton of journalism will be covering the story of open. It's just cooking, but nah, you guys should totally buy Creator Capital Market Coin. Those are going to definitely last, and those are going to go up, and those make sense.
Especially rate cuts.
There's your open live open just now.
6:45. Let's go, PO.
Thing wants $7, dude. Thing's gonna go to 7. It's gonna go to 8. It's gonna go to 10. It's gonna be volatile.
I'm not gonna sell this for a while, PO, just because you know selling would be disrespecting you. So you know, I'll sell at 20. Is that okay? Can I sell some at 20?
I'm trying to make a plan for. Well, the thing is this thing's gonna rip like over time so hard that my quote initials are going to be pretty easy to remove. Like if this thing's at like $36, it's not going to be hard to remove my initials. So yeah, I got to figure out my own little plan, because obviously it is a fixer upper. It's not a sure thing. It's a serious fixer upper. And right now there are major issues with the board. It does give me anxiety, but I mean, the level of motion is just, I haven't seen motion like this in a while. It's like insane motion, dude. This is crazy. But no, you should buy creator capital market coins. That's the thing to buy. Buy those.
Let's pull up the Rasmr coin real quick and let's compare that to Open and figure out which one is going to be the better buy over the next.
Out of all of them, I would buy the Rasmr coin, because his whole life, his literal life as a human being on planet Earth is dedicated to that coin. So it's like, if you're going to do it with someone whose literal entire life is dedicated to it, and sell it probably within 96 hours. But anyway.
I like the Rasmr coin. I keep wanting to buy this, and I keep talking about wanting to buy this. This is probably one of the better times to do it when it gets around this $4 million floor. I think that I keep saying, I think pump fund streaming, and I think is going to take off, and I think Rasmr's token is going to be one of the ones that benefits. But yeah, I don't want to talk about this again. We talked about this plenty yesterday.
Buy it. Whatever.
Yeah.
So Ellie.jpeg's asking about Metaplanet. Yeah, you gotta pay a $50 foreign exchange foreign fee, because it's a foreign stock, which sucks. And that's why you can't DCA it the way you could DCA something like Open. And so yeah, it sucks. I buy like $1,000 at a time when I feel like it's a good time to buy it, which I do feel like right now is a good time. Things could continue to get worse, but with these rate cuts, the fact that it's officially September, like it's September 5th, Easy would probably agree with me. I feel like there's a big difference between September 5th and September 25th. I feel like we're probably in a pretty different place September 25th than we are September 5th. Still kind of summertime. On Tuesday, when me and Clemente went to our core class, there were more people in the core class than I've ever seen before. And I wasn't able to get a ball because we were late, because we did 4 minutes in the cold plunge earlier, and we mistimed it a little bit. And I couldn't get a ball in the core class. And it was because everyone was there after Labor Day weekend, almost like it's
a fucking ball, dude.
Yeah. Almost, like
the core class,
you got to press the ball here, and then you're moving the other leg.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Your ad game is probably really strong. Here's the thing. MicroStrategy, PO, you were so fucking right on this. You made a lot of money on this. Okay. Job's not finished. But call me crazy. I'd rather just own Bitcoin. Okay. Just like all these asset treasury companies. Do I want to own the stock that doesn't really represent the underlying asset?
So you're
maybe does, maybe doesn't. Or do I just own the underlying asset? It's like all the RWA Pokémon card things happening on the blockchain. Would I rather own some of their tokens or one of their NFTs and hope that it's actually in a warehouse in stock? Or would I rather just own the underlying asset? What's going to happen if Pokemon cards get tokenized like crazy? Pokemon card prices go up. So just buy the Pokemon card.
So you are absolutely right, but the problem is you're doing what's called throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and there's plenty of bathwater, dude. There is fucking an Olympic-sized swimming pool worth of bathwater.
Is MicroStrategy the baby?
MicroStrategy and Metaplanet are the babies, and all the other shit that you're talking about is the bathwater, because essentially, dude, literally institutional guys said, oh, okay, let's copy MicroStrategy, make a bunch of cash. Like Tom Lee, dude, the way that they came through with that is insane. That guy, David Bailey, who's a big Bitcoin guy, they literally came through and just decided, right? If you're just listening, ladies and gentlemen, Ray found like what looks to be like a 1940s caricature. Maybe it's the 80s and the 90s. I don't know, of a baby being thrown out with the bathwater. It's a pretty funny image, but it's true. And really, when you're talking about quality stuff like Metaplanet and MicroStrategy, and then you start talking about the other treasury companies, or you start talking about Pokemon companies on the blockchain, you just are throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Would I buy, random ass treasury company XYZ buying random ass shitcoin XYZ? No, of course not, because why would I, right? But if I'm buying the literal number one OG Bitcoin Treasury company, Bitcoin Bank, and actually the second pretty much Bitcoin Treasury company, Metaplanet, who with Dylan LeClaire running shit. First one that MicroStrategy co-signed. Yeah, I'll rock with those all day. I'll rock with them.
My thought process also is you're not buying them as a Bitcoin Treasury company. You're not buying. I don't think if you're buying MicroStrategy, I don't think the plan is, hey, I'm buying this to get exposure to Bitcoin. I'm buying it to get exposure to potentially the next large company to innovate on top of Bitcoin. Like it's the best. Like is it a Coinbase? You know, your Coinbase Circle, etc. You're buying it for the infrastructure they can potentially do. I don't care about their Bitcoin holdings. They have plenty of Bitcoin now to do what they need to do. Dilute it if you need to, but I'm buying them because I think it's going to be a big play in terms of like the future of finance in general.
Beautifully put, Ray. Beautiful.
Cool. Man, what you want to play with his nuts a little bit now too after that?
Just saying something that's true.
I mean, that was
Clemente? Let's bring Clemente in to say the same thing.
Dude, Clemente doesn't know what's up. No, I'm just kidding. He's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Is he only open? You probably didn't want him.
He got open the same day you did. You guys both got open. I was panicked at that time. It was more of a fixer-upper then. It's still a fixer-upper. I want to really make that clear. If anybody buys open, I really want to make it clear that this thing is a fixer-upper. But yeah.
So like they started replacing the bones. Like we got the structure back in place, but it doesn't have any windows at this point.
Pretty much. I mean, something like that. Real quick, T.O. Chades, rocking a very fresh Bodoggo there, said, what will happen to banks if cryptocurrency is fully adopted? Do we even need them? My response to T.O. is just think about something else, man. Literally don't even ask that question. Just think about something else. There's way more productive things that you can think about. Just let time pass and watch things shake out. And by the time whatever reality in the future is happening, you won't even care about it and you won't even notice that it happened. Don't even worry.
He's going to be the best therapist of all time. Someone comes in with a question. He's like, just don't even think about it. Just don't think about it. just let that thought leave your mind and pick a different thought.
I'm just laughing about. I suck at originating any sort of stock play whatsoever. I've sucked at that since like 2015. My two best positions in my trading account right now is open. Thank you, PO. Up almost 100% right now. My other one is something that Darren OX shilled on the timeline called Light. And it's up 60%. And I have no idea what the company even does. I literally just bought it because I was like, Darren OX is recommending it's got to be different. It's either something to do with data centers or energy.
Is this it?
I don't know.
Euro next Amsterdam Signify.
Let me see.
So Kicks, you missed the Robinhood trade? Shit.
I got the last price at $148.
What?
Is the light stock?
For Light, not Robinhood.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Light AI Inc. maybe.
The thing is, I try to stay away. So what I view, these are like the trendy stocks. I feel like it's fine to get in and get out. Yeah, I mean, look at that chart. It's fine to get in and get out. But when this website Seeking Alpha, Kicks, you ever heard of this website Seeking Alpha?
Oh yeah, back when I was losing a lot of money on stocks.
Yeah. So my friend, one of my friends is like a Seeking Alpha guy. So he's paying for Seeking Alpha. So he's losing money on the subscription to Seeking Alpha. And then you lose money on the stocks that are on Seeking Alpha because they shit on Bitcoin and they recommend random stocks. Then get this. He then he got close to one of the writers on Seeking Alpha. And the guy was like, I can run a portfolio for you. He gives the guy $100,000 to run a portfolio for him. And the guy blows up the $100,000 on the random Seeking Alpha stocks. I'm like,
he
dude,
blew the whole thing.
I think like at least 80 or 90% of the $100K was gone.
How quickly did he blow it?
Dude, this friend of mine made over $1 million last year as a sales guy. I'm like, dude, put the money into Bitcoin and literally just get rich forever. Like, what is so hard about this? And he I'm like, dude, do I have more money than you, dude? And you made like over $1 million last year from a salary? I'm like, how do I have more money than you? What is going on here? Like, what are you doing? Put the money into Bitcoin and don't sell it. What the fuck are we doing?
Dude, giving your money to a fund for 100 bands for a random shitcoin stock trader. And
I mean,
then
he's
blowing
talking
it up
about
is crazy.
He's talking to me about electric helicopter stocks. I'm like, dude, like, let's fucking just buy Bitcoin maybe, like, and not sell it. I don't know. Like,
this guy would probably have better odds just owning the Clemente portfolio in the 30-day challenge. He'd probably have less wealth destruction.
the problem is he like thinks he's smart money. Like if you and he thinks that he's like in there like really shaking things up. He made like 70 grand on GameStop and thought that that was like a next level move. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, Pia. You can't say to these people, A, B, in order to make money, you need counterparties.
Yeah.
So he'll probably be blasting open at $32 into our initial exit.
Well, he's in open, which scares the absolute shit out of me. But I feel like it is possible. Like, it's not that he's a 100% like I always lose my money, but that 100K give your money to the Seeking Alpha guy is just straight. Like, I cannot relate to that at all. I relate to that zero.
Pio, Easy and I were talking about this is like on Polymarket when you make a Polymarket bet and then you can look at the top holders on both sides on the yes and the no, and you can see their P&L. Right. So like when you make a bet and you see like all the smart money, like, oh, this guy's made 300K, 200, they're all on your side. You're like, great. Right. But if you make a bet, then you're like, oh God, who's this guy? And his name's like, Poopy Butt 820 and he's down 150K in Polymarket. You're like, oh gosh.
I straight up cup positions if I see that. If I look at like the top 3 holders that I'm on the same side of and they're all like deep in the red, I'm like, okay, yeah, like I'm it's not even worth looking at this market. Like I'll leave.
And dumb people or bad people eventually make money on some things, but just the odds are against you.
I would rather ride with the winners every time, even
and
if they lose like a couple
exactly.
times. Like I'm like, hey, they're clearly doing something right. And then you look at the person who's just getting smoked, and you're like, why did this person hammer 16 rate cuts for September? Why did he put 30 grand on that? That's not physically possible.
I mean, it is gambling, right? Like that is the prediction market stuff's objectively gambling, and you can.
No, it's not.
Well, it is. And Kicks, I know you're like, but you can do research and you can have an edge, and that's totally fair. I can do research and have an edge watching MMA, right? But placing the bet in the fight is still a gamble. Like it is. I'm just saying.
I believe gambling is when you participate in negative EV activities.
Well, that's just not the definition of gambling.
It is.
That's the definition of losing money.
Yeah. So people gamble on stock options. People gamble on all sorts of things in life. People gamble on buying shitty stocks like your buddy, P.O. People gamble on electric helicopters. Gambling is when you participate in negative EV things. So if you know over a sample size that you're negative EV on something, then you're gambling. That's my definition.
This is a perfect example of gambling, but gambling intelligently. Will Bitcoin be above 110K on September 8th? I go down, I look at the holders, up 134K, up 10K, minus 52K. I'm hammering the yes, dude. We're riding with the winners, baby.
You know what I like? There's will Bitcoin dip below 100K in 2025? You can still get 2.5x on the no side.
Easy. I might have some alpha for you too. I believe I was looking at Tyler D this morning. I think we have a corn moon this week. A corn moon for the Bitcoin feels like it's a sign, to be honest. I'm going to pull up the tweet here.
Very interesting.
I know we're big into astrology here.
I fuck with that.
So
I fuck with astrology, dude.
September 7th, ahead of September 8th, is the corn moon reaching peak illumination.
That's bullish as fuck, right?
That's this weekend.
That's so bullish. I didn't even know there's a corn moon.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I'm going to leverage along some Bitcoin on Hyperliquid right now. Now that's gambling because I don't have a large enough sample size to know if I'm a profitable leverage trader. So that would be a gamble.
Well, we'll see about the corn moon and Bitcoin. I have not been more excited for a Q4 that I can remember. I think this is going to be a very juicy Q4. And I think that betting against Bitcoin right now is a very strange move, in my opinion. I mean, your favorite crypto influencers are saying that the top is in, but I just feel like it's a no-brainer to just be ready for Q4 here. I've really taken my foot off the gas pedal with my option selling. I'm being extremely conservative because I don't want to miss the most significant move of the cycle.
If anything, maybe some covered calls.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, but
you don't want to do that and sell too early.
Yeah, so I have like $500 MicroStrategy covered calls that expire a week from today. So
sell some naked puts, dude.
I do also do that, but I mean, yeah, I've been doing that. Like,
I don't like puts because I don't like selling puts because basically either you're right and the price goes up and you only make the premium, or you're wrong and price goes down and you buy the stock. I'd rather just buy the stock.
Yes, I have a big daddy position, right?
Yes, you don't need any more.
It's just kind of like it's kind of
you're a big daddy on campus. They call you Big Daddy.
I sell the put like on Wednesday with it expiring Friday if I just feel like making like a free $110 because like I just
get a nice steak from colostrum.
The colostrum's expensive too. That shit's expensive.
Amish don't fuck around, man.
I mean, that's the liquid gold. That's the valuable stuff. But
you can drink that from a woman after birth as well.
There's a weird market for that out there. Hopefully Pio doesn't get that deep into these things. I want to kick a quick break while we're talking about gambling. We're going to spin a wheel.
Real quick. One time Nick was like, why don't you drink human breast milk? And I was like, why are you asking me that, dude? I was like,
you ever seen, what's that? Mad Max, dude. They do that shit in Mad Max, bro.
Mad Max is good, dude. They call a human being the blood bag. That shit's good. But anyway, go ahead, Ray.
I was going to say, speaking of gambling, we're going to spin a wheel. And we're going to reward people who have gambled on Yeet. We're going to do some gambling on top of gambling right here. But I think this is EV positive, so this actually is not gambling, according to Kicks. We're going to spin for the final two $200 winners here. These are the last names eligible. We had 3 winners earlier. These guys are going to get a couple spins here, $200 a pop, and then we're going to do one final spin for $500. The odds today were really good. Sign up today at bodoggers.com/Yeet. Get up to at least bronze. That's going to make you eligible for these giveaways. There was only 11 people in this one, and we're giving away 6 different prizes, over a 50% chance of winning. All right, first $200 spin coming in right now. We are giving this one over to, it looks like it's Chief Architect here. Nice job.
That's a cool name.
Yeah. Little.
Congrats on the W. Do you guys think poker's gambling?
That one's a skill-based game.
There you go. But some people gamble at poker.
You're playing other people.
Some people gamble at poker.
Some people gamble in basketball trying to take a deep 3 and it doesn't work out.
Exactly. But if they're plus EV, like Steph Curry, it's a plus EV move. Prediction markets are peer-to-peer too as well. It's kind of like poker.
All right, Dorado won $200. Last one. This is the final one. $500 spin on the last one here. We're going to do one final spin. There are 6 names left. It looks like it's going to be
Ghetto. Pokemon character. Let's
go. Congrats to all the winners today. We'll be sending you money directly to your Yeet accounts. Sign up today, bodoggers.com/Yeet to join.
Gito's going to take that money and put it in the Charizard asset treasury.
I mean, you should keep it on there and keep
He's not. He doesn't buy Charizards.
40% airdrop going to the
I got a Charizard.
Let's talk about the metrics on it. What do we got?
What's the attack?
Are you gambling on it or investing in it?
PSA what?
It's a PSA 9 Dark Hollow.
Wait a minute. Dark Hollow. What?
Yeah, it's not like the newest or the oldest. It's I'll pull it up. I got it on Courtyard. I was gambling on cards is what I was doing. 100%. And just so happened to pull this one.
And now it's an investment.
Now it's an investment.
No. I'm talking about OG Charizards. No.
Oh, this is OG. This is 1999.
I'm talking about 9.6.
So yeah, have fun getting those. The thing is, like, even PSA 7s hold stupid value on them.
Yeah, like $2,000, right?
For like the low end, yeah.
Let me hit you guys with something. Imagine when PSA starts doing digital tokenization of cards. That's a trustworthy company that you're fine owning the digital collateral.
Now you get a kicks. Yes. 90. No, but I don't want that one. No.
Are they publicly traded? PSA stock?
I don't think they are. I don't want that one. I want the original Charizard. I don't want Dark Charizard.
Well, clearly you don't understand. It's just that simple. You just don't understand. That all the prices appreciate.
OG Charizard. That's the card. That's the one. That's the only card.
See, 1996
or 97. Charizard. Micah G knows. 97 is 97. The first OG Charizard. That one.
I had.
Well, you can buy the Japanese one, which is technically more OG.
Maybe Japanese, maybe, but I'd rather the 97.
How much?
Yeah,
How much is
English cards go for more?
How much is the 1997 holographic Hitmonchan going for? Not much.
This motherfucker, dude. Now you're just being weird.
I own that when I was a kid. I own that shit.
Who wants that card, Kings? They want the
Dude's like, yeah,
Charizard.
honestly, how's the 1997 Clefairy?
I honestly think
yeah,
I
so-
traded it for a non-holographic 1997 Charizard, and I cried because I thought I got scammed. But in hindsight, it was probably the value accrual if I held on to it.
That's the card right there. That's the
First
one.
edition.
All right, first
19
edition is obviously going to be hard to get.
This is 99 first edition, by the way. First
Still
edition.
very impressive.
It's a first edition Charizard. Holographic.
Half a
get
million.
500 bands.
It's a
Half a million on my wrist.
So let's bring it down a little bit. Let's bring down the price. What's that $4,800 one right there? What's
This
that?
one, it's a base set. So
What does that mean?
well, this is paper copy only, so I think they just printed this one out. But
What does that even mean?
Oh hell
yeah,
no!
yeah.
What does that mean?
So there's by
They
the
like
way,
printed
I
it
don't
on
know.
their computer?
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. We can take a look. We'll take a look here. It says first edition paper copy only.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
How do you not know when you have like 20 grand of Pokemon cards?
Because I've never heard of paper copy only. I don't know what that means.
Let's ask
I've
ChatGPT.
never-
An
I've never seen
incomplete
this.
collector.
Cards are
never
nuts.
seen a
I have a
paper
friend who's a
copy
big
only.
sports card collector. He sold a Pat Tillman card this morning for 15 grand.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like one of his like best cards. He's like, I've never seen the card market this fraudy, and he like
Okay.
really.
Paper copy only exists only in physical printed form. There's no official digital record scan or online verification attached to it.
Oh, so the PSA scan's not on it. This
There's no
card,
certificate of authenticity.
this card, by the way, I
Fuck
got. So
this
I got a funny story, dude. So I bought one of these cards for $100 ungraded on eBay. It got lost in shipping, so I got refunded. It showed up at my door like 2 weeks ago.
And what's it worth now?
$685.
That's for graded. It's about $400 ungraded.
So these things have cooked that hard in the past, like just this year.
For context, my Bulbasaurs, all in, I spent under 10 grand on my entire Bulbasaur collection.
Yeah.
The collection's worth just shy of 30 right now.
So it's not a good time to buy these cards right now.
You should not be buying them.
It can't be.
No.
Let me
No.
see a Charizard. Let's get back to the goal.
I love the Charizard love. It's so funny.
Let me see.
Dude, these are my favorite NFT collection.
So,
I mean-
but this is the newest Charizard, by the way. This thing has cooked. The reason I'm bringing this up, though, I know you want the old one, but the reason I'm bringing this up is this card in a PSA 10 at the end of last year was a couple $100.
3X. Everything's 3X. I love the art on this. It's beautiful.
It's cool.
Yeah, the
It's
full-
cool.
People love this one.
OG
This one is like
I'm a big NFT guy.
English Charizard PSA 7. Let me see.
okay. You
real-
want a PSA 7?
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Imagine if Pokemon does an NFT collection.
Yeah, so there's a few different options that you can buy. So this is where the card comes into play. You have base sets, which is not first edition, it's a reprint. You have shadowless, which is technically the second release. There's not a shadow on the card. Some people value those more. And then of course first edition. So you can get this one's not even in English. Glork.
German.
Glorak. Yeah, German. The German first edition is $2,000.
I don't want the German one. I want the English one.
Crazy. I don't even see an English PSA 10 first edition for sale or PSA 7 first edition for sale.
I don't need first edition. How much is a regular one?
$1,000, $700.
That's light. And you don't have one of those. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You want to see something crazy? Look at the
I don't need one
cards.
of these.
Look at the cards chart. The cards crypto token. It's at 500 million FTV right now. It's the next fart coin.
That
I do
dev
have
was
one of these, though.
wild.
What's this?
He was-
Easy.
My Bulbasaur, first edition.
First edition PSA 10.
Mhm.
You have that?
Yeah, I have this one. I have it in French. I have it in Spanish, German, and shadowless. I actually have 2 shadowless.
Wow. So the first edition English one is $8,000.
It's a little cheaper, probably around 5.
And what'd you pay for it?
Like $600.
Wow.
$100. I got a crazy deal on it because I bought a bunch of them from the guy. Like I bought like every Bulbasaur he had.
Wow. On eBay or where?
On eBay, yeah. I contacted him directly.
Imagine if
So-
you bought ZORA, the home of creator tokens, instead of buying cards, which is worth $500 million circulating now, and did a 5x in 3 days. Imagine.
So Jesse.base is like, yeah.
Dude, this is Micah's collection, by the way, real quick. This is what he just shared in Discord. Let me remember this.
Micah G?
Yeah.
You still have this shit, Micah?
That's the
real
question.
That Charizard. Zoom in on that shit. Let me see that Charizard.
I don't know if it's going to zoom in. Oh, well.
You don't have that graded, you sicko? What are you doing?
None of them are. This motherfucker's crazy.
It's at least a PSA 8.5. I don't see many scratches.
Lightly played. Lightly played.
If you own all these, how do you not send this into fucking PSA and get them graded?
Dude, it's such a bitch to send into PSA, by the way. If Micah sent this into PSA and it got a PSA 10, they would charge him $3,000 to $4,000 after the grade.
What?
Jeez.
You pay a premium because you pay a premium on cards after they get graded if they come in at a high grade. PSA.
What do you have? Like, what are they doing over there? Like, are they fucking making semiconductors like in a clean room?
They hold your card hostage after they
charge you a tax. So this card was like the hottest card, by the way. The Sunbreon was the hottest card recently. This card.
We got to own some PSA stock, dude.
This card right here.
Is that a Pokemon card?
Yes, it's an Umbreon, which is
looks like
EV
a
evolution.
DMT trip right there.
That shit is trash.
I pulled this card out of a pack, and everyone was like, "Send it in for grading. Send it in for grading." If I sent it in for grading, the grading for the fastest turnaround would be about $500, and then they would charge me anywhere from 2 to 3x if it got a PSA 10.
That's whack. I sent my.
So if I'm investing in a company right now, it would be this company over PSA. It's called Tag. This is the one that I think ends up being like the cases look better. The ecosystem, it's a flat rate for cards.
Are they a publicly traded company?
I don't know. I would love to find out, but I think these cases look better. People like these cards better.
That's pretty nice.
I think these in general, and they use AI to grade, so there's no human error. It's consistent.
I love it. That's a smart business.
And when you scan this code, it shows you if you didn't get a 10, it'll show you where you lost points and why your grade was adjusted. It's hyper transparent. I'm a big fan of Tag.
Hyperliquid.
Yeah, Hyperliquid. But yeah, I think Tag is, in my opinion, the better one. Eventually, that's going to flip PSA. But
imagine imagine 5 days ago if you bought 10K worth of Charizard cards, right? Instead, you could have bought cards, the Gacha collectible token on Solana, and you'd be up 6x.
Yeah, we get it. Gacha's good. That's cool. But real quick, we're talking about the cards. So this Tag thing, this is some competition in the grading space. That's dope. I sent in my 2 Bored Ape Yacht Club magazines from way back when. It's the only things I've ever gotten graded, and I got them both graded, I think, by a CDC or whatever. Or what? No, not CDC.
Comics CGC, I believe.
CGC. So yeah, I think they were both like 9.6 or something. I don't remember them charging anymore.
So they don't.
Okay, they don't. So, okay. Real quick, Wolfie said
you could have sold those and bought cards, the Gacha collectible, and made
I do think we are approaching the top of the bubble, but the thing is the card market can go significantly crazier.
This chart is just still going up as Kicks is talking. This is a wild chart.
Yeah, I do think.
Kicks started talking about it. It's went from 88 to 111.
Yeah. I do think in general, the Pokemon card market can get significantly crazier. During COVID, you had people camping outside of Targets to buy Zion Williamson hopes of getting a Zion Williamson card when he was a rookie. And the ungraded, most common printed, I'm talking millions of these cards were printed. You could sell it out the door, ungraded, fresh out of the pack for $250, and you'd spend $40 on the booster box.
Okay, imagine you did that, and then you didn't want to sleep in a tent.
We get it. So real quick, whether or not this is a quote bubble, really all you're asking is right now, is it a good time to buy store of value collectibles, which Pokemon cards at this point certainly are. It doesn't mean that every Pokemon card is going to be a store of value, but a Charizard clearly is a store of value collectible. So does that mean that it won't go down a ton from here? No, it doesn't mean that. But over time, these things are going to grind up. I mean,
100%.
Your Bulbasaur shit is going to be like $100,000 eventually,
minimum, in my opinion. But like, people always ask me, they're like, "What's your plan with it?" I'm like, I don't intend to sell it. Like, that was something that I was buying, like during the Trump win, during some other wins early on, where I was like, it's time to like take some capital and like recognize some wins. I've just started buying some Yu-Gi-Oh cards to put in a case as well because I grew up watching Yu-Gi-Oh. It's purely sentimental for me. Like as genuine of a collector market as collecting can be, is like why I'm buying these. So like a lot of people are like, dude, you should buy one piece for the investment. I'm like, I'm not buying these for the investment. Like I bought a bunch of Blue Eyes White Dragon cards, which is like the OG Yu-Gi-Oh card, because I grew up watching that show and playing the card game. So like for me, it's more just like the personal preference of these cards.
Fair. So I said I wasn't going to stay longer than 10 because I have a bunch of shit to do, but it was fun jamming with you guys. Hope the audience enjoyed it.
I mean, here's the thing. People are buying Pokemon cards so they can't afford houses. They're going to be able to sell their Pokemon cards for a house pretty soon.
Those are selling for that much, right?
Yeah, $250 for a 9.6. Sold July 21st.
Look at you, dude. Sell that, put it into cards, turn it into 2,500 when I think it was $1 billion. Short Zora.
Dude, so maybe I should sell one. Didn't even think these were worth anything.
You should
anymore.
keep one, in my opinion.
I've got one
It
pack.
is a historic artifact.
You should keep one for literally as long as you possibly can. There is a world in which NFTs in general will always hold some level of cultural relevance, and that is the OG magazine. Bored Ape will never release again. That is the Charizard of Bored Apes.
I agree.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump. See you guys.
Later, dude.
All right. We're going to wrap here. Big shout out. Oh, go ahead.
Next time, let's try to catch cards, though. Like, that would have been a nice trade. So Ray,
we
I'm going to hold you responsible to finding the next one.
We were talking
Well,
about
there's a
it,
myriad market that you can take right now on cards, by the way. Just saying.
What's that?
You can take, do you think it's going to pump to 30 cents or 15? 30 cents is at 60, 65% odds.
20% away from that. I'd take that bet.
I'm about to hammer it.
I mean, this thing's unsustainable, though. So, like, anyone who's not familiar, Cards is a gotcha machine. The dev was doing rounds. I believe he was on with Thread Guy. And I think that the clippable moment was he was talking about is that it's the only EV positive gotcha machine where if you put in $50, your EV is $55, which is like a wild thing to say. Apparently, they're buying cards like wholesale at a discount or something. So they're basically.
Well, so the market going rate for cards is what's sold on eBay at shows you buy them for 85% of market value. That's just how the deals are done. It's I'll give you 85% of what they sell for. It's just that is the deal. And then if you're a buyer from a table, so tables will buy at 85% and then market sell. So they'll usually cut like 5-10% off. So their profit margins are anywhere from 5 to 10%.
That's pretty bullish, dude. It's kind of, yeah, I like it. Long cards, man.
We are the only gotcha machine on the planet to offer a positive expected value. Our machine has a positive 10% expected value. So you put $50 into our.
Now, this is the guy you want as your dev, right?
Now, yeah, actually, yeah. So the mid-curve play would have been to short cards after this interview. And the long curve play would have been to long off the interview.
Yeah, I saw an interview and I said, this is the dumbest thing ever. I'm not buying cards. And I was just clearly wrong. Clearly wrong.
Yeah. Maybe he'll launch a ZORA coin.
Dude, we are smoked on. Are you still long?
Huh?
Are you still long on it? You have spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have actually your combo spot long, right?
Up 10%. Yeah, I sold the perps for like 1K profit.
Hey, let's go.
But I'm up 15% on it, maybe 10%.
I mean, the thesis hasn't changed, right? Has the thesis changed on Zora?
I'm just holding it for a Q4 pump. So,
okay,
let's see.
I mean, this is where we bought, right?
Yeah.
We're getting close to that level again. Like, what's changed with the thesis on Zora? Just that it hasn't pumped. It didn't sustain its pump.
Yes, I mean that's why I haven't sold. If anything, it'll be a laggard pumper, right? You know what I mean? If the markets go hot, I'll get a 2x out of it, and then like, oh, I could have gotten a 4x over here. But yeah, if it cooks, it'll cook, and yeah, maybe they start posting Pokemon pictures on there, and I can collect the creator coins.
Yeah, I mean, I think also the thesis is this is the like coin that Coinbase probably wants to most see succeed on their blockchain. So the blockchain for one of the biggest crypto.
I don't know, dude. If they get a Pokemon digital asset treasury, they may switch gears. You know, yeah, let's switch over from this thing.
I'm not saying they like Zora or anything. They're just heavily invested in Zora. Like they're financially invested in Zora. Like they
need
own
it to work.
equity and everything. Yeah, so they need this to work. So I wouldn't be surprised if this has another pump in it, and we are approaching levels that we said we wish we bought at last time it pumped. So if you're into Zora, if you're still bullish, like this isn't a terrible entry on a pullback.
Classic.
I don't hold any anymore. I just have my Zora profile or portfolio of just like creators, and that's pretty much down.
Yeah. Well, great
anything
show,
else?
guys.
Yes. Anything else we want to riff on? We can close it out here.
End it.
Hell of a football
All right, we're
game.
gonna end it. Thanks again for all of our listeners for tuning in today. Also, thanks to the people who are on Yeet using our code bodogos.com/Yeet. We're going to be doing more giveaways next week. Get on there, do some volume. 40% of the airdrop is going to community holders. They don't call it gambling if you're winning, according to Kick. So if you can
Over a
find
large enough statistically significant sample size.
if you can find an EV plus way to participate, get giveaways from us, get their airdrop, who knows? Bodogos.com/Yeet to sign up. We love our friends over at Yeet. Happy to partner with them. We do this podcast Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple. Watch us on YouTube. See what we're talking about in real time.